good, y'all? So Shakur Stevenson went on to Cigar Talk and did an interview that we got to talk about in this video, bro. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, hit me up if you want to debate. Knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. And you can also just hit the link while I'm live, bro. And we can get it cracking right then and there. But let's talk about this shit. First of all, before I get into it, man, wonderful job by Najee over at Cigar Talk. I'm not one of these content creators that's not going to tell people when they doing a good job or not give other content creators they flowers when they, like, bro, the man did a great job in this interview. He does a great job not only in getting interviews, but when he gets the interviews, he asks the questions that we want to see. He makes the fighters and the promoters and whoever he's talking to comfortable, regardless of their ethnicity or their background, whether it's a 90-something-year-old man in Bob Arum or a 27-year-old black American in Shakur Stevenson. He make everybody feel comfortable, and he gets great stories out of them, and he gets great perspective from them. He does a phenomenal interview. Y'all go check out Cigar Talk. Hell, he don't need me to tell y'all to subscribe to him, but shit, go subscribe to him, man. Go show that brother some love. Go check out the interview that he just did with Shakur Stevenson. Phenomenal job, bro. And no, I don't know him personally. He ain't asked me to do this shit. He don't even know I'm making this video or none of that shit. It's just real, recognized real, and I'm gonna give people flowers when they do a great job, as I do in all my reactions to interviews or if somebody got some information or some shit like that. We ain't scared to shout people out over here, because I believe everyone's work, including myself, I believe all our work can stand on its own merit, and we don't have to hate on people or keep from giving people praise in order to big up ourselves. I feel like my work speaks for itself, as does his. So salute to him for giving a great interview. But Shakur Stevenson, bro. Shakur Stevenson said a lot of shit that I like and some that I don't like. And what I'm learning with Shakur Stevenson is he's good at, if you sit down and talk to him, you would think that he ain't got a care in the world and he don't care about what nobody say. But when you see how he actually behaves when he's not doing an interview, when he's not in front of the media or whatever, you can see that people's critiques and criticisms of him bother him. Because in this interview, he's like, yo, I don't give a damn what they say. I don't care nothing about people criticizing me. I'm just going to get better. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Like, all that. He even said, like, the next half of his career is F everybody. I don't care. Yada, yada, yada. All that shit, right? But you had Twitter sitting on the back of your trunks, and I just seen you on Twitter yesterday, bro. You going back and forth. Not with just Ishe, not with just Ryan Garcia, not with just motherfucking Marcus Brown, bro. It was fans you were going back and forth with. You going back and forth with Mace and Cameron and shit. You going back and forth with Steve Kim, reporters and shit. Boy, you going back and forth with everybody. You going back and forth with everybody. So you can tell, you know what I'm saying, the people, whatever you want them to believe, but you care. And you're supposed to care what type of product that you put out. So there's that part of it, right? So that whole part of the interview, like, I hear what Shakur is trying to say and what he's trying to project and what he wants people to believe. But the fact of the matter is that your actions outside of what you said in that interview, they show that you care a tremendous amount about what people think of you, bro. And I ain't mad at you for it. I'm just saying, don't tell us that you don't care when we all know you care deep down inside. Now, with that being said, y'all know what it's about over here. We about the fights. We about the fights that fans want to see. So y'all know I got to focus on what Shakur Stevenson had to say about a potential matchup with Gervonta Tank Davis. And it's two main key points in the interview that made me feel even more confident in my pick that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to knock Shakur Stevenson the fuck out. It's two key points. They got to discussing Shakur's fight with Artem, about, like, him hurting Artem to the body, about him having more opportunities to be more offensive and counterpunch Artem, right? Shakur started talking about how hard Artem punched and how a hurt fighter is a dangerous fighter, and that's why he didn't want to just jump on him when he had him hurt to the body. And that shit sound good. Like, I know the game. I know boxing, so I know that a hurt fighter is a dangerous fighter. So I'm not just going to jump in there because I had already felt that he got a hard right hand. He punched hard. I can't help but think if you worried about Artem's power, if Artem got you putting your hands in your pocket, if Artem got you scared to turn it up on him, the fuck gonna happen when you feel the power Tank got, bro? So my critique remains valid, and he gave himself the same critique in his own words. So quit telling me I'm hating on the young man when I say, bro, he too worried about power. He allows another fighter's power to make him way too cautious, and he's too defensive, and he don't have enough offense to deal with somebody like Tank. You got to be a complete fighter, bro. You're not finna beat Tank by playing defense and just trying to keep your hands in your pocket and elude everything that he got coming while not taking your own risk and not taking advantage of the mistakes that he makes defensively. The man said he didn't really let his hands go against Artem like he probably could have, because he ain't just gonna be one of these dudes where you just gonna punch on him. He not finna get Anthony Joshua, meaning he ain't gonna let what happened to Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz happen to him. So yeah, I hurt him to the body. Yeah, I hurt him to the body and he started running around the ring. But shit, I'ma always protect myself. A hurt fighter is a dangerous fighter. Yes, that's smart boxing. Yes, that'll beat a lot of guys. But when you dealing with a boxer puncher who can box, who got the same boxing out your own mouth, cause he called Tank a phenomenal fighter. Said he a great fucking fighter. That he ain't gonna be fake like Tank. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But that Tank is phenomenal. And then he got more skills, and all people talk about is his power. He got this God-given ability. When he crack you, he just knock you the fuck out. So if you realize that and you know that, how we think you gonna fight in that fight? If you was worried about Artem power, bro. I just maintain he gonna have his hands in his pocket, bro. He gonna have his hands in his pocket, and that ain't no way to win that fight. So that part perked my ears up a little bit. Alarm bells start ringing out like, yeah, knockout, you on to something again with this shit. So like I told y'all with Frank, I'm like, yo, Frank's scared. No, he not knockout. He matching Tank energy. He shouldn't be matching Tank energy. He should be the same no matter what. When Tank want to be friends, he want to be friendly too. When Tank want to be motherfucking mad, he get aggressive too. He just trying to fit in. He shouldn't be flinching like that at a goddamn press conference. He know Tank ain't gonna hit him. What he closing his eyes for? He's scared. He's spooked. Then he went in that ring, and that boy was lateral movement, shouted, running all around the ring, trying his best. Like Tank Davis told him, you just worried about not getting knocked out. He tried his best not to get knocked the fuck out by moving laterally and over moving and shit. And what ended up happening, the shit that he didn't want to happen happened to him. I worry about that for Shakur. He gonna be so worried about Tank Davis's power, cause if you worried about Edwin power, bro, if you it's just basic common sense to somebody like me who really know the sport and cover the sport. If you worried about Nakathila power, if you worried about Edwin De Los Santos power, if Artem right hand is this huge right hand and he got so much power and you worried about his power, how we think you gonna behave with Tank Davis power in front of you? Like take your fandom out of it for a minute. Like, fuck if you a Tank fan or a Shakur fan. The man openly let you know, yeah, Nakathila could punch hard, so I had to be careful. Yeah, Edwin De Los Santos, he could hit hard. He punch hard. Yeah, Artem, I felt that right hand. He had a big right hand. These 135ers hit hard. I got to get used to the power. These dudes are stronger. He could crack. Artem could crack. So I couldn't take no chances. I saw some counter opportunities. I just didn't want to be dumb. I got him hurt, but a dangerous fighter is a hurt fighter, and I already knew that he could crack, so I just had to be smart. If you already thinking about their power like that, what the fuck? He gonna get in that bitch with Tank, and that boy gonna be going in a shoulder roll from halfway across the ring like, dog, Tank's still in the blue corner. I don't give a fuck, nigga crack. So that shit in the interview had me like, I don't know, bruh. I don't know, bruh. Then this shit took this shit took, and they talked about so much, but again, y'all know, these two guys in the lightweight division we want to see fight. This the biggest fight in that division. One of, if not one of the, I ain't gonna say it's the biggest, but definitely one of the biggest fights in boxing that we could have happen in the near, in the next calendar year. From this July to next July, one of the biggest ones we could have happen, right? So this is why we give it so much coverage. But the other part, he was talking about Tank. Najee doing a great job again. Cause he was part interviewer, part instigator out this bitch. Like, he already know what motherfucker like me want to hear. It's like he asked this question just for me and shit. And I know he didn't, but I'm just saying, like, it's some shit I would have asked, bro. He asked this shit just for me. He was like, yo, I had Tank on the show. When he said that shit, I already knew where he was going. He said, yo, I had Tank interviewing and shit. You know, our interview went viral and shit. You know, he had to plug himself and shit. Our interview went viral and shit. You know, viral interview. Something light. Something light, little viral shit. You know what I mean? And he said, you ain't got no defense. He said, your ass ain't got no defense. And he played it like where him and Shakur talking about all the defense and shit. His performance with Arnold and how he put on the performance. Then he go right into, you know, I talked to Tank, right? Tank said, your ass ain't got no defense. He said, you can't slip punches. What you think of that? Shakur said, well, you know, he fake. I'm real. See, I could play into that bullshit that everybody else play into with him. I could say that he ain't got nothing but power and that he can just knock motherfuckers out and this and that. But see, I'm real. And all I can say is, you know, Tank was doing different shit and he was saying different shit when we was cool. When we was cool and shit. And he was talking about how he learned from me and how he had me in camp helping him get ready and shit. But now we ain't cool no more. Now he done changed up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to admit that he good and stuff. But that's the difference between a real person and a fake person. He used the N-word. He dropped the N-bomb and shit. And I'm like, I'm clapping, right? I'm clapping at that shit. And the reason I'm clapping is not because that was some real shit that Shakur said. I'm clapping because that was being really good at coming across as real to people who don't know what the fuck really happened between him and Tank Davis. Yeah, that's what that was, bro. Like, if you are a casual fan or you don't follow boxing like I follow boxing, right? You would hear that shit and you would be like, yo, Shakur got a point, bro. Shakur kind of cooked Tank on it. Like, you would be like, yo, that's some real shit to still give Tank props. You know what I'm saying? Still talk good about Tank, even though Tank bashing you. Like, that shows respect for your opponent. Like, a lot of people would jump on that shit and fall for that shit. But what I need people to understand is the reason that they fell out, the reason that they not cool, the reason that Tank is handling Shakur like he handling him, because Shakur did that shit first. Yeah. Don't backtrack now. Don't backtrack now, bro. Because y'all was cool. Matter of fact, so cool. You remember at the Barclays Center? And you asked Tank to take a picture with you backstage? Right? Y'all was cool in the motherfucker. You asked him to take a picture with you backstage and shit. You was a fan. You was a homie. You was his homie. And then you went on and you started drinking that Kool-Aid and you started doing the Devin Haney. Do the Devin Haney. Oh, Tank Davis will never fight me. Tank Davis will never fight me. He don't want no smoke. Tank will never fight me. Like he was scared of you or something. You was a fan. Y'all was cool. Y'all was homies. Then you switched up. You switched up first, sir. And Tank addressed it on the $1 million worth of game interview. Go check it out. He got a couple with them. Not the one he did with Frank Martin. The one before that, I believe. And he said, yeah. He said Shakur fake. He called you fake first. So, yeah, now it's no love loss. Because you did that shit first, bro. People don't want to talk about that, though. And I know Shakur stands like, damn, why KO? Why did KO? KO catch everything, bro. KO be catching every fucking thing. We can't get nothing by on this nigga. Like, God damn it. Yeah, bro, I pay attention to every goddamn thing. So you can't call him fake for how he feel about you when you start the fake shit first. Remember, you said in the interview too, if it's F me, then it's F you. Maybe Tank is that same type of guy. You said F you to him after getting backstage passes and getting a picture and shit. You said F him. I'm going to try to shit on him and build my name up so that nigga will never fight me. And so now it's F you. And he let you know, yeah, bro, we was cool. Because they asked him about it. Go check the interview. Yeah, bro, we was cool. But he said some goofy shit about talking about I never fight him, bro. What the fuck you mean I never fight you? That's disrespectful because I'll fight anybody. He let you know he felt disrespected. Yeah. And so from that moment on, he done called you trash. He said he won't smoke you, coming to get you. And y'all will fight. Y'all will be able to work all this shit out in the ring. Maybe y'all be cool again. Maybe you won't. But I didn't like that, bro. I didn't like, because everybody keep, like, it's like fake is the new real and real is the new fake. You started that shit, bro. You started that shit. 100% you started that shit. The timeline is very fucking clear of who started trying to shit on the other one first. And it was you. So when he shit on you, you can't get mad at it. Just show us that he don't know what the fuck he talking about. That your defense is really like that. That your defense can be offensive as well. And that you can slip punches. So I thought that part of the interview was very interesting. I think a lot of people won't mention or won't talk about what I just talked about and what I just mentioned. But overall, bro, a phenomenal interview. And I'll end the video with this. Tank and Shakur absolutely, positively have to fight. It's a fight that we want to see. Tank and Loma have to fight. Shakur and Loma have to fight. I just don't think they both have to fight Loma. Whoever can get Loma first and get him the fuck out the way, then then they should fight each other. Or if they fight each other before Loma, that'd be cool too. And the winner fight Loma, I think only one of them need to fight Loma. If one of them beat Loma, then the other one don't need to fight. They just need to fight each other. If they fight each other, then the winner need to fight Loma. Loma don't need both of them because he loses to both of them, in my opinion. Somebody handle him, get him the fuck out the way so we can see y'all fight each other. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Great interview. Y'all go check out the interview over there on Cigar Talk. And with that, I'm out of here. Peace out, y'all.